Hey boys and girls, we're back with graphs again. I would like you to open your workbook and turn to page 797. 797. And if you will look on this page with me, pause the video if you need to find it. We're going to review some vocabulary terms. All right, first of all, I want us to start in the middle with data. All right, remember the definition for data. Data is basically information that has been collected that people need to know for whatever reason they need to know it. And we can use data and information to create a graph. All right, a graph is a short, organized way to show data and information. It usually involves some kind of chart or table. The bar graph uses the thick lines and the numbers to give us the information. The pictograph uses a key and pictures to give us information. All right, on a pictograph, the pictures are called symbols. All right, the symbols represent something. Now, the other thing that we can use graphs for and the data is we can make predictions. Okay, we can make predictions about activities, about choices, and that's the way that people, maybe in a business, they will take the data that's collected and they will try to predict maybe what item more people will buy. Would people rather go to the beach or to the mountains? And they use that data to help them in their business. All right, now get your pencil and we're going to find page 813. 813. All right, 813. 813. All right, so here we have our chart with ways to get to school. This is our title. And we're going to be making a pictograph. All right, and then it says our choices are walk, car, bus, bike. Now, this obviously would be a very large school, probably in a city. Because we have 20, 50, 90, 30. Those are some big numbers, way bigger than we would have at Forsyth. All right, now let's go over to our pictograph. We are going to make our own pictograph. And so the first thing we have to look at is what? What is the most important thing of a pictograph? Yes, you're right. It is the key. So let's circle the key. Now here's why a key is so important. Because when we draw our little people, our little person, are we counting by ones? No. What are we counting by? Tens. We are counting by tens. All right, so let's go ahead and create our pictograph. So walk, it was 20 people. So when we draw a little person, okay, this is how I draw a stick figure, a circle, the line down, then do 2 little legs and 2 little arms. Okay, that is not 1, that is 10. And then when I do a second one, I count by tens again, and that is 20. All right, so 10, 20. I'm going to go ahead and write the number while I'm doing it in my head, 20. Okay, how many students come to school in a car? 50. Are we going to draw 50 stick people? No, we're going to draw and count by tens. So here is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Now, if you need to pause the video and catch up with me, that's fine. If you fill up the line and need to write your numbers outside the graph, that is fine too. All right, let's go ahead and do bus. How many students come to school on the bus? 90 students. Okay, so how many stick figures are we gonna draw? Okay, well if you said 9, you are correct. So let's do that. Let's just count by our fingers. If we do our fingers, we hold up one finger and we count by tens to 90. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. How many is that? Counting by tens? 9. So we know we're going to draw 9 stick figures. We know that's not a very big space, so we're going to have to crunch them together. All right, here we go. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. And I always go back when there are a lot of them and check over it again to be sure I didn't skip any. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Yes, and I'm going to put 90 out here because there's not a lot of room for it. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing for bike. This time just 30. So here's 10, 20, 30. Okay, if you need to pause the video and catch up on your drawing and creating your pictograph, then pause the video. When you come back, then we'll start looking at the questions. All right, question number 3. This, boys and girls, everybody hold your ears, listen, listen, listen. This is why when we write the numbers, we don't look at the pictures anymore, okay? How many students use a bike to get to school? All right, well, if you look at the pictures, you're going to say 3. That is not correct. We do not look at the pictures. We look at the number. How many ride a bike? 30. Okay, this is the big thing that second graders miss. They forget to look at the numbers and they forget the key and they just go back and count pictures. No, 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 no. The key is the most important thing, and then the numbers we write. Okay, number 4, which way do the most students? All right, so look at our numbers. Which is the largest? 90. What way is that? The bus. Okay, number 5. How many students use the way in exercise 4? Problem 4. So the bus, here's the bus. How many students ride the bus? 90. All right, now number 6 says, which way do 50 students use? So we're looking for a word, and this time we need to find the number 50. That's the clue. And what is it? Car. Okay, I want you to do number 7 and number 8 by yourself. Which way do the fewest students use? And then how many use that way in exercise 7 and problem 7? So write the way that is the fewest and then tell me how many is the fewest. Okay, pause. Answer 7 and 8. Okay, the fewest, the smallest number is 20, and that was people walking. And how many people walk? Is it 2 people or is it 20? It's 20 people. Do not look at the pictures. That's so important. Okay, now, the extend your thinking. We're not going to write it. We're just going to talk about it. It says, look at the pictograph for the ways to get to school. If 10 students rode a skateboard to school, how would the pictograph change? Okay, what would we have to do to put in skateboard? Okay, well, we would have to create a space for it, write skateboard, and then we would have to draw a picture, the symbol representing 10. So how many pictures, how many symbols would we draw? We would only draw 1. All right, very good. Okay, we're going to skip a page and we're going to turn the page. Mrs. Jones was not paying attention. And we're going to look at page 814. All right, 814, we're going to create a bar graph. So we did the picture graph first, and now we're going to do a bar graph. All right, now bar graphs are a lot the same as pictographs, remember. They have a title, Shauna's collection. They have the choices. She's collected marbles, cards, shells, and stamps. But a bar graph is going to have numbers on it, and then we're going to have to create the bar. Instead of drawing a picture, we're going to shade in information. All right, now, this is the information we're going to need to create our pictograph. Before we start, bar graphs have numbers. Let's look at our numbers. 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Our numbers are not counting by 1. What are they counting by? Yes, they're counting by 2s. Counting by 2s, so we need to remember that. All right, so let's look. It says 18 shells. Now, I'm going to just shade it in. You can use your pencil or you can use a crayon if you want to. If you want a crayon, pause the video, go get one. All right, now notice this says shells. Did they do shells first? No, they did not. What are they trying to do? They're trying to trick us. But we are too smart. We are not getting tricked. So we're going to go to shells, and we know we want 18. So this is what Mrs. Jones likes to do. I'll go find 18, and I'll draw a line right there. And that tells me where I'm going to stop when I color my bar. And so I'm going to go here, and I'm going to start counting by 2s. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. All right, then marbles, 8 marbles, okay? 8, 2, 4, 6, 8. 14 cards, all right, here's cards. 14 is going to be right there. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. And then the last one, stamps, is 16. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. All right, we have now colored in our graph to show our data. And what is the next thing we need to do before we start answering questions? Yes, we need to write our numbers on our graph. Okay, same thing, guys. That's going to be part of your grade whenever I do a page for a grade, so you must be sure you write your numbers. All right, so marbles was 8, cards were 14, shells were 18, and stamps were 16. So we don't have to look at the bars and count. All we have to do is look at our numbers. Makes it very easy. Okay, what is the total number of items in all? And they've even put our number sentence for us, so we just fill in the blanks. How very helpful. 8, 4, 18, and 16. Those are some big numbers to add. Okay, now, Mrs. Jones, when we're doing 2-digit numbers, Mrs. Jones has taught you it is much easier to write this vertically. So let's rewrite it vertically. Okay, maybe right here. And you have to remember to keep your 1s and 10s in the right place. So here's 8, 4, 18 has 1 10 and 8 1s. 16 has 1 10 and 6 1s. And then you can do plus. Okay, this I think will be much easier if you will do it vertically. Because here we have a double. 8 plus 8 is 16. And look right here. 6 plus 4 is 10. And then we just have to add 16 plus 10. Okay, 6 plus 0 is 6. And 1 plus 1 is 2. So boys and girls, that's 26. If the sum is 2 digits, carry over. Very good. Okay, so we write our 6, we carry over our 2, and we circle it so we don't forget to add it. So then we have 2, 3, 4. Okay, so how many items has she collected? She has collected 46, and I wrote on the line where the answer went, so you can just write it there if you did the same thing. She has collected 46 items. It's a lot of things. All right, look at number 12. All right, we've got a little red star here. So we're going to be thinking, how many more items are in the largest collection than in the smallest collection? Okay, so we need to find the largest collection. The largest was 18, and it wants to know how many more, so we're going to subtract. We need to write a subtraction sentence. Largest and smallest. The smallest is 4. So boys and girls, you must write your number sentence. 18 minus 4. We start with the ones place. 8 minus 4 is 4, and 1 minus 0 is 1. Okay? How many more are in the largest collection than in the smallest collection? Oh, you know what, Mrs. Jones did not make that a 14 right there. Ah, you see, you make one mistake and it messes up your problem. But how did I know I made a mistake? Because I got 14. Is there 14 there? No. So is the book wrong or is Mrs. Jones wrong? Mrs. Jones is wrong. All right, so I'm going to scribble it out, and I'm going to do a better job of paying attention to my graph and making sure my numbers are correct. All right, so let's go back. The largest is 18. I'm going to subtract. Now what is the smallest? 8. Oh, we know this. It's a 10. 8 minus 8 is 0. It's 10. All right, now the extend your thinking. We're not going to do all of it, but I want us to do a tally. I want us to do the tally chart part. If you decide you want to do the pictograph and create that yourself later, you may do that. But it says use the bar graph and make a tally chart. All right, so let me push this up. All right, so we had marbles. We had 8 marbles. So what would the tally marks look like? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Remember, tally marks are groups of 5. 6, 7, 8. Okay, the cards, 14. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep going. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. All right, if you haven't caught up with me, pause the video. Notice, boys and girls, every time we count by 5s, we get to a 5. We put a little mark for the 5th one, and then we start a new group. Okay, shells were 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And if we wanted to count that, we would say 5, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, the last one, the stamps. Okay, there are 16 stamps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, that's what it looks like when we do tally marks. I wanted us to practice that. Now, if you want to do the pictograph on your own, then that's great. Make sure you pay attention to the key because it's not counting by ones. All right, now, you are going to do a page on your own, and so I want you to turn back to page 526. You're going to go way back in your book. So if you need to pause the video while you find it, 526. 526. Okay, this is a review. Okay, on 1 and 2, it's talking about circle the tens digit. So think about place value. Circle the hundreds digit, place value. Find the doubles fact. Oh my goodness. You better not miss this one. Oh my goodness. All right, now let's look down at the bottom because the last ones on 4 and 5, you're going to have to do a number sentence. Now I'm going to tell you right now, because these involve 2 and 3 digit numbers, I do not want you to use this. Do not use the horizontal. You must use the vertical. All right, so you're going to use RUDPA. So everybody write RUDPA. Okay, there are 182 students in first grade. There are 156 students in second grade. How many students are in both grades? Underline your question. We're trying to find out how many students in both grades. Okay, now find a clue word. Yes, both. Circle it, and it means to add. So our numbers, 182 and 156, we're going to box those. And then right over here, down here somewhere, I want you to write your number sentence. 182 plus 156. And then you're going to answer it. Okay, on number 5, we're going to do the same thing. Okay, but this time, there's not a clue word. How many books does Randy have now? Randy has 76 books on his bookshelf. He gives 29 of the books to Jody. How many books does he have now? Okay, so we have to act it out. So get your big pile of 76 books, pretend you got that many. You're going to take 29 and give them. So are you getting more, adding, or are they going away, subtracting? Going away. They are subtracting. So your subtraction sentence is going to be 76 minus 29. And boys and girls, I will tell you on both number 4 and number 5, you are going to have to regroup. Do not forget how to regroup. If you have forgotten, ask your parents to show you. Okay, now, number 6 is a mystery number, okay? It's about place value. I will tell you right now, it has 3 digits, okay? There's 1, trace that line and do this. There's the ones place, the tens place, and the hundreds place. Okay, if you want to add that on there, that will help you. Okay, this is a riddle. Okay, you're going to have to think very carefully. Now, page 526, your parents need to take a picture of this page, and then they need to send it to me when you finish it. Okay, and that is the end of our lesson today, and I will be talking to you again later.